everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a really special lesson. In fact, you don't need your instrument today. All you need is something to write on, possibly, and somehow to drum. Today we're going to be talking about polyrhythms, specifically composite rhythms 4 against 3. So what is 4 against 3? Today what we're going to do, we're going to place 4 equally spaced notes against 3 equally spaced notes. So let's get started. Here in this example, we're going to start with 3/4. When it comes to these types of composite rhythms, our 3 in this case is going to be our pulse, our strong pulse, whereas the 4 is going to have all our syncopation. So we're going to focus on the 3 first because it's probably the simplest way to really do it. Here in this example, I'm in 3/4, so we have 3 quarter notes. We already have that really laid out. But to get to the 4, we can really break it down into the most simplistic ways. So what we're going to do to really break it down, we already got our 3, but to break it down, this works with any composite rhythm. What you do with 4 against 3, you multiply 4 times 3, which is equal to 12. If you notice at the bottom, I have 12 16th notes. That's what that 12 represents. This 12 is the common number that both of these numbers are going to have their groupings. So we're going to continue to use math. Here at the bottom, we have at the top our 4 and our 3 to really just individualize our groupings. Let's focus on 3. To use math, we're going to divide 12 by 3. And that number is going to be 4. And what that 4 represents is every grouping is made up of 4 16th notes. Let's go ahead and label them. So we got our first grouping, our second grouping, and our third grouping. Now if we go back to our example, we have 3 quarter notes. Every quarter note is made up of 4 16th notes. So the math checks out. So let's figure out our 4. We can do the same thing. Divide 12 by 4, which equals 3. So what that means, for every group, we're going to have 3 16th notes. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's equal. That's what we wanted. And my marker is dying. I'm sorry about that. But to do the math and notation, some of you probably already figured it out, but if you're not used to notation this way, this is a really easy way to do it. So to figure out 4, we have 3 16th notes per pulse for 4. And what that equals out to is a dotted 8th note. I'm going to go ahead and write that out for you. And this is not going to be symmetrical. First dotted 8th note, second dotted 8th note, third dotted 8th note, and our fourth dotted 8th note. So cool, that's our math. And our example, or the example that I did earlier, this would equate to that. And this is all just math. Now, I'm not going to just leave you to just count the whole time and just to kind of figure out that way. I'm going to help you internalize this. So I'm going to show you a second method that's outside of just doing math. And I call this the Adam Neely method because one of my favorite YouTubers, Adam Neely, introduced this in one of his channels. Oh, his channel, but one of his videos. And he called this the pen and paper method. And this works with any composite rhythm. So what you do is you write 3 groups of counts of 4. Your right hand is going to be the pulse of 3. Your right hand hits every single time you hit 1. Your left hand hits on the circles, and what these circles are, you start on the same spot no matter what. Every time you repeat your group or your bar, so it's 1, 2, 3. You start over with your left hand. 1, 2, 3. Left hand again. 1, 2, 3. Left hand. 1, 2, 3. So your left hand always hits a circle. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this extremely slow so you can get kind of an idea what the pulse feels like. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, guys, with these two methods, it just takes a lot of time. I mean, it took me a lot of time to really internalize this, but with these two methods, it should really solidify what you're really going for in terms of internalizing this, whether you want to count this out or if you really want to feel this out and kind of see something more, something in terms of being more illustrative. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please message me. And thank you. Have a great day.